Welcome to upstate New York, Syracuse University, and under the dome today we have a terrific clash in store. We believe we've got a great one in store today, and when you've got a team that makes it into the top 25, now when you go on the road, that's when you prove you belong. As we'll see, the number 23 team in the country, the Virginia Tech Hokies, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Syracuse Orange. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Syracuse will kick off and we'll be underway. Fielded in the end zone. It's Heath. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So the Virginia Tech Hokies return team certainly didn't do the offense any favors there. Here he comes, and obviously a defense is always going to be aware of a quarterback, but boy, he finds a way to put defenses on their heels all the time, David.
I mean, what can't he do? He's got the weapons, he's got the confidence, he's got the experience. Jesse, these kind of guys are so hard to defend.
You're right. They better be able to find a way to get pressure on him, because if they don't, this is going to be a long day.
Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, dude.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
And as an offense, having success on a run play like that early in the game just opens up all the possibilities of your playbook moving forward. Play action, running the ball, throwing the ball, screens, anything is at your disposal at this point.
He keeps throwing it like this for the Hokies, and the defense will have to sleep with one eye open.
And the defense is going to have to grip those pillows tight, because when a QB gets going and spinning it with the ability to run the football too and the diversity of this offense, it can be tough, and the Hokies fans will be excited.
And the Hokies come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air, it's Drones. Got his man downfield. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped. This defense might be reeling after those last two and now facing first and goal. He's looking to pass. Grab near the sticks. It's Jennings. Touchdown, Hokies! And they break the seal on the scoring. And the PAT makes it 7-0. So a drive there of 85 yards. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. Syracuse, 0. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Syracuse Orange will go on offense for the first time. And they seem to believe that they can take big plays away and man coverage by just locking him up in this matchup, David.
Yeah, and it's hard to lock down a great wide receiver, but a great defensive back versus a great wide receiver, we got a showdown.
Yeah, let's be honest, David. Most defenses don't have a dude like that at cornerback that could do that in a game like this, but this matchup is unique, and it's going to really determine the outcome of the game.
On the run, it's Allen. Nudges ahead for one out to the 16.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
And it's incomplete. Good play downfield by the DB. Syracuse will send out the punt team. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Running it back, it's Heath. Makes a move. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. And how about the kicking game coming up with a play?
And that is one of the biggest plays of that young man's football life. The true freshman taking the punt to the house. If I'm the head coach and I watch that, I'm now trying to find ways to get this guy on the field offensively, because he's got some special ability.
On the move from inside his 5. Lowers those pads. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Dropping back, it's McCord. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. The Orange will have to punt. Remember, they took the last punt back for a touchdown. He'll bring it back. It's Heath. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown, everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. 1st and goal from the 9. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. The run and the end zone. Touchdown, Hokies. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Handoff from the gun. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20. Syracuse right back at it. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line.
Yeah, and this has been a struggle for this offense, protecting their quarterback. It's priorities, mission number 1, right? Every single game you go into. Last week, I think a lot of the reason they lost was because they gave up so many sacks and hits them.
And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack. Syracuse will be forced to punt. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Dropping back, it's Drones. Got the back over the middle. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. Down to the 12-yard line, it's 1st down. He wants to throw. Finds his big tight end. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. What a nice job by the defense stringing that out and forcing him out of bounds. He got nothing. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Virginia Tech is on top. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. Okay, now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. They'll try to bully their way for the first. The Hokies get it past the sticks.
This is a top 25 offense in college football, and I like what they do. They can run the football on third downs when they need to. They show you right there. They've got some balance to them. They really know who they are. They have a good identity, and that's why they've been so successful this season.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Touchdown, Virginia Tech! And they made it to the house where they found that 6 points waiting on them. And the extra point makes it 28-0. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
Virginia Tech, 28. Syracuse, 0.
From inside the 10, here he comes. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
Let's see if they go back to the air on second down. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. A run up the middle is stuffed for no gain.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Pressure coming. Fires into traffic. It's picked off.
Tell you what, defensive players don't always see where the ball is. They see the receiver, they get to chase him, but really good job seeing where the receiver is, going and making an interception, making a big play, getting the ball back to your offense.
He'll start this drive firing. He's got it. Defense knocks him down immediately after the catch, but now they're facing a goal-to-go situation from the 7. And the Hokies will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. Back to pass, it's Drones. Getting some heat. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a run.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Holding.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 2nd and goal. He's looking to throw. Caught. Oh, man, he goes down, and he's going to lose yardage on that one.
You know, I think that's a play the quarterback would like to have back. I'm not sure that's exactly who the ball was intended for. He had another open target on the other side of the field that he just missed.
They've gotten pushed back, but it's still 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead.
Syracuse, 0.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive.
It's a draw. Running hard and getting 6 yards out to the 26.
Draws and screens are a great way to slow down really aggressive pass rushers. It allows the defensive ends and the defensive tackles to run upfield.
Got a lot of running room. The 20. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. Pocket starts to collapse. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. It's still 3rd and goal. Back to throw, it's McCord. Fires to the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Orange!
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Going into half, and listen, I know you're trailing, but building some momentum. Maybe this second half we can keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. This has been an impressive first half, and Jesse, they'd love nothing better than to tack another one on before the break.
And why would they want to stop at this point? Everything they've dialed up, they've been able to execute throwing and running the football game.
And how critical is it for this defense to get a stop? Down right now before the half. They can create some momentum on their side by getting a stop before the half.
Got enough for the first. And he's bounced out of bounds, but not before a very productive gain. The Hokies in the hurry up. He locked up and held on to bring him down. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. That one never had a chance. Incomplete. 3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
That's a great job executing up front by the defense. They looked like they were ready for that play, and that was a bit of a more unconventional look from the offense on 3rd down, but the defense was there to make a big stop.
On 4th down, looking for the completion. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
And watching this offense the past couple weeks, man, everything's hard. And they got to find a way to get some easier routes, some quicker throws, some higher percentage things, because they're just not hitting at a high clip, and they got it.
And the defense, they've got him at the 27. The defense calls the timeout. Their 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. And they decide to trot out the kicker. And they'll kick it from the left side, a 44-yard try. Right down the boulevard. It's good. So they get the field goal, now about to kick it away, and you get a stop here, and you go to halftime feeling really good about things. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
And when you're a quarterback, man, I know wide receivers are great athletes and they're supposed to catch everything that gets near them, but when you don't put it right on the center, when they're running a lot of times, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think he did that a little bit too much for his wide receiver right there.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit, forcing the incompletion?
And after the big play to start the drive, now 2 straight incompletions, and they need to find a way on 3rd down. Back to pass, it's Drones. He's going for it all. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
Yeah, and I like the shot, the aggressive play down the field. And we like throwing those jump balls up to my receiver because usually the receiver makes the play and makes the defender look bad. Nice job by the defender getting a hand on it, tipping that ball away from the wide receiver.
They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Just enough time for one final play of the half. These corners backing off a bit. Looking deep down the right side. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Fellas, a typical first-rate broadcast so far today from Syracuse. Talk about a first half from that dude out of the backfield. He's been a total game changer. And how many top plays moments have we seen on missed tackles alone? Video game moves from one of the shiftiest players in all of college football. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside the Dome in lovely central New York.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. And the Hokies will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. Takes it inside his own 20. Chance for great field position here. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. They come into this 3rd quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops. So this is a critical drive here for this offense.
Syracuse right back at it. Looking to throw, it's McCord. Quickly out to the tight end.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these 2 guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on the field.
Tackled, but he has a first down. Syracuse has a really nice drive going. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. The play action fake. Grabbed over the middle. It's Ross Simmons. Brought down at the 32-yard line. Picks up 15 yards on the play and an important first down.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws right in those holes. Get those first downs. Get those big chunks.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Their throws toward the end zone. And that is interception number 3 on the day.
defensive backs have tough jobs. I mean, you think about whether you play nickel, whether you play dime, whatever it is, you put more DBs on the field. It's more speed. It's more guys that can cover, but they also got to cover that ground. But to cover the ground and make the pick, a lot of times you don't see that. Superb effort by that guy.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Lane. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd down, going up top. The sure hands, it's Lane. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. That was a really well-run route on the curl to pick up the first down.
Yeah, and it's a nice job, too, by the receiver, getting his depth and then finding space in between the defenders, giving his quarterback a nice target.
And it falls in complete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there. 2nd and 10 here. Quarterback checking off. Looking to pass. It's Drones. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. The Hokies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Feeling some heat. Got a man. It's Jennings. Great move there. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Catch in the middle. It's Heath.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Back to the air one more time. Quickly complete. Touchdown, Hokies! And the pummeling has started. Here's this. It's a fake, and the kicker's going to throw it. He makes the catch in the end zone, and that trickery works to perfection for the 2. That's his 3rd touchdown pass of the day. The defense has no clue how to respond right now.
No, and the defense has had absolutely no answer. He's been on the money. He's been on fire, making the right decisions and just carving this defense up.
The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Caught over the middle. It's Pena. Really good pickup on 2nd down there. Leaves him with 3rd and 2.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Bully ball on 3rd and short. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Syracuse will send out the punt team. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he's stopped. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
He makes the stop at the 48. That'll be enough for a first down and a pickup of 10. Leaves it with the back. And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the 3rd. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Final play of the quarter coming. Looking to throw, it's Drones. Dumps it to the back. Picked off. And he is brought down, but what a way to finish this quarter with the pick. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Virginia Tech is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. First down to start the drive after the break. Looking to move it through the air. Quickly to the tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. Now here on second down, see if they keep tossing it around. He's looking to throw. Snagged in the middle, it's Pena. Touchdown, Cuse. And once he got loose, it was all over.
Nice pitch, nice catch. And listen, maybe this helps next game, right? Like, we're trying to find a rhythm, find something that works, find somebody to go to. And this offense is struggling. You're down by 1,000, but I like that they continue to fight.
The defense burns their third and final timeout of the half. The deficit is huge. This one is all but over, but they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. First down here for the offense. Quarterback will audible. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Looking down the middle. Fires into traffic, intercepted. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48.
So you're saying there's a chance, Reese. I know it's not a big chance, but you got the ball back now. Maybe your offense can get hot. You can create some turnovers, maybe get an onside kick. Who knows? I'm saying there's a chance.
The sure hands, it's Allen. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. I know defenders hate quarterbacks and love nothing more than hitting them, but you're hitting yourself in the gut when you get a 15-yard penalty. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Makes the grab, it's Allen. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Syracuse has it in the red zone. They'll give it to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Well, the most insightful analysis I can come up with on that one is that didn't work. Back to the drawing board to see if there's something that works a little better soon.
Or if I can quote the great Reese Davis, that was very ungood. Not a productive first down play.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Syracuse.
And it's so underrated, the relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing in because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game.
Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. Drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on 1st and 10. Finds his man down the middle.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Red pass, it's complete. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the fourth quarter as they go for their 6th straight win. This dude is just running amok for the Hokies both through the air and on the ground.
He's just doing some serious damage. And whether it's running, whether it's throwing, this guy has been on point, making you think of some great names like Mike Vick back in the day that just electrified Virginia Tech fans.
The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. Looking for a man, it's McCord. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. Touchdown, Hokies! What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return. They give themselves just a little more cushion as they close in on extending this winning run.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
Offense set on 1st down. He's going to pass. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. Forget the kick. He's going to throw it. Starting to see some smiles on that sideline as they're close to a Week 10 victory. What a play by this defense with a pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
On 2nd down, just keeps firing. That's caught. It's Ross Simmons. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the 1st down marker.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Got him and nobody's close. Strikes the blow. And he was on his way and they get him down at the 30. 2 minutes now left in this one and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Syracuse ready to go to work with another 1st down. The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. Grabbed in the middle, it's Gadsden. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him too? After the short completion, let's see if they go back to the air. And this senior quarterback a little too bold there, and he's lucky he didn't get picked off throwing into double coverage. A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28 and it's 3rd and long. To the air, it's McCord. A shot toward the end zone. And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. But they still do count it for 6. Once the game reaches this point, you start thinking ahead and how you can find something positive to take into the next game.
Dang right. Keep the offense rolling. Try to find some plays that I can use throughout this season that I can have some more success, or I guess have success. I haven't had a lot of success today, but I'm looking for the future.
He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
No.
Can anyone catch him? He's at the 40. He finally goes out of bounds after the explosive play, but now the question is, did the official see something to bring it back? And the offense didn't need to accept the penalty thanks to that big play. Looking for a productive play on first down. He wants to throw. He'll take a shot. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment.
And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Northwestern was able to come away with the win, as they have in Evanston so many times before, but not without a few bumps along the way. Man, nothing in college football is easy. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. Listen,
and that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. He couldn't quite get loose on that return, but he'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35. Couldn't ask for better field position for this offense. Back to throw, it's Drones. Going for it all. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
After misfiring, it's second down. He's looking to throw. Trying to get to him. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Well, this was an offense